What up, everybody? How you doing? You already know, Sly K Loco here with another episode of CannaConvos. Now, today on CannaConvos, we're going to be having our guest, Earthwise Solutions. What up, June Child? How's it going, man? How you doing? Hey, we're going to get Earthwise Solutions in here, and we're going to start this one off. Earthwise Solutions. Send him. What up, Pimp? Pimp, hooray. I'm gonna send this off to everybody also. Dream Child, you already in here. How's your day going? Hopefully very good. Everybody doing well. Boom, boom. Sorry I can't see who jumped in. I'm sending this out to everybody, this latest episode. You already know. Hey. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. Good Lord, there's a lot of people. You already know. Earthwise, did you see that? All right, there he is right there. Hold on, let's see here. Man, your episode's coming up too. Don't even trip. Chocolate chip, you already know. Earthwise, did you get that? Robert, what up, Berto? Bam. Everybody at work and shit. Earthwise, there he is. How you doing, brother?
What's up, Sly? What's up, Lo? How you doing, bro?
Man, just chilling, buddy. Having a great day today. How's your day?
Oh, blessed, bro.
Blessed?
I have a partner of mine from Cali out here helping out. You know, haven't
Good.
seen him for
Sick
about
with
4 years. So yeah, man. How about you? How things going?
It's going good. Going pretty good. I had a real slow day, took a nap and everything, man. So I'm nice and fresh and ready to go.
Right? It was one of the days, for sure.
Good,
Right
good.
on.
So for all the new growers and everybody, my new people who are new to this, I do a show called CannaConvos where I try to get the cannabis knowledge about growing cannabis out there to people who don't know how to, who are interested into it, who are just wondering about it, and plus other growers who just want new tips. That's what I do. I love to hear what other growers are doing. I love to see what they're, how they grow, because there's so many different ways of growing cannabis. As you know, Earthwise, there's many different ways, right?
Many different roads, the same path.
Good.
Right?
Yes,
So,
there is. There's so many different variables.
I've
But
been following you
I
for a
just,
grip, bro.
I'm sorry?
I've been following you for a grip right now, bro, and I've been watching you grow. You know what I mean? And grow internally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Spiritually. You've been doing good, bro, and I appreciate that you putting it out there, because we can't keep the knowledge, right? We got to share it.
You got to, man. And I don't like to, what is it called? Gatekeep knowledge.
Right.
And I try to get that out there, man, to everybody.
Right on. Come on, boy.
Nice. So let's jump right into it, huh? Ready?
On, bro.
All right. Question number one. Where did you come up with your name?
Earthwise Solutions. Sorry about that. Well, it took me some time to think about, what I wanted to stand for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been in the industry for a grip now, and it's just like I just saw a lot of people not really thinking.
Okay.
Good for this earth, doing some practices that I just don't agree with. So
Okay.
I wanted to start a company that kind of can be more than cannabis. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just like my Mullen things, like little tips here and there of medicines that we have right in our backyard.
Yeah.
So make a movement kind of, because we really got to get wise to what we're doing as consumers of cannabis. We're very wasteful with our containers, the wrappers. I mean, why isn't alcohol and cigarettes childproof?
Yeah.
That's what I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Exactly.
thinking, and just trying to put out knowledge like you,
Mm-hmm.
and help the grower that's starting, because I know I didn't have very many people. When I was starting, you couldn't talk about it with your neighbor.
Yeah.
And nowadays, you can't.
Yeah,
So I
you
really
had to keep it real secret back then, and because you were going to get in trouble, you couldn't talk to people about it. But
right,
now that everything is changing in the like the status quo is changing. So with that, I think we should be getting this information out. We need to start passing it to as many people as we can. I like how you're doing other things like tinctures and talking about that also, like the waste on cannabis. I think about how we're so conscious about the planet, but yet we put our pre-rolls in fucking plastic tubes and shit. Like, and I
right,
started looking at those plastic tubes, and on the bottom of it, it's a number 5 recyclable. And those aren't that recyclable as number 1 and number 2s.
right.
Have you ever heard of, do you know about the little sign on the recycling thing? Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's why
exactly.
I was blown away by that. I'm like, we should be more conscious about this. We really should. Because if you think about it, I know I buy a lot of pre-rolls. When I'm out of weed, I buy a lot. So that would add up to a lot of plastic. And I
Right.
don't, yeah, I think we need to figure out something about that.
Yeah, I've been trying to talk with dispensaries here, to say, hey, let's have some accountability in what we're doing.
Yeah.
How hard it is to put up a bin and offer your customers a little discount for bringing that back. Plastic, you could sterilize, you could reuse. It's really easy to do, and bring
Yeah.
that back into that same cycle with a discount back, and keep all the costs down.
Yeah.
Because
Give it
really,
more of an incentive to do it, right?
there you go. Yeah, because the taxes that we're getting taxed when you guys are going to these dispensaries and buying, they're accounting for that in that tax. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The waste, all that. So that's what I've been kind of striving for. I got to say, my daughter kind of got me started on this little
Okay.
journey too.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my questions is, the second question was, how long have you been growing for?
Well, like professionally, going about 13 years now.
13 years. Was
Yeah,
that
but
before that? Were you just messing around at home or?
oh yeah, backyard boogie, doing some of that.
Yeah.
So helping out where you can in the community.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah. Good.
what I was doing. So,
13
but
years.
yeah,
So
right
you're
now,
vetted.
well, I've been around. There's always something new to learn, man. You
Yeah.
always got to
Yeah.
keep your head open, your mind open to somebody else's view. Even though it might sound crazy, because I've ran across a couple of crazy tips, and I implement them now, and it helps me with my yields and things. So you never know, who's going to whisper in your ear and give you that little tip.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
lot of
That's why
people,
I try to listen to everybody because this knowledge, some weird little tips would help you and you don't even know about it, but it actually like changes everything. You know what I mean?
true,
And
true,
so that's why I like training, for instance. I didn't train because I didn't know. I just let the plant grow its normal stature until I started training. And then I'm like, oh man,
right.
now it's way better,
Famine and low stress, all
Low
that. Yeah,
stress. Yeah.
bigger,
Yeah. All that.
bigger
And so
yields.
what made you want to grow your own weed?
You're going to get me there, huh?
Oh,
Ah, all right, get your little tissues out, people.
here we go.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Back in the day when they had one fits all cancer treatments, kind of, we
Oh, yeah.
didn't know. We really didn't know what this medicine can do. But I had a stepson about 10 years old. 97, we lost him to AML. Flipped my world. You know what I mean? Flipped my
Oh,
world.
okay.
So
Okay. Oh,
ever since then, I've kind of been on a little crusade to kind of help one person at a time.
yeah.
So what got
Yeah.
me really charged to get behind it and learn the plant, master the plant, and take it, from this extreme to that extreme. So,
Yeah.
you got to do that. And, I always say on my posts, mistakes, experience, that's the name we give our mistakes.
Nah.
So if you ain't making mistakes, you ain't getting any experience. In
Yeah. You're
my
not growing.
right.
Right.
So you can't teach experience. So
Yeah.
go out there, learn it, hard knocks, you know what I mean? And that's when we
Yeah.
pass that knowledge to other people. They don't have to run that road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
Exactly. I
that's what kind of got me into it, bud.
All
Really,
right.
really.
That got you into it, and you were from then on. You were about spreading the word, right? Trying to get everybody this medicine. because this is what cannabis is. It is a medicine. This is not a drug. And I just saw something that they were going to start rescheduling it instead of down to a Schedule 3 instead of a 1, which I really hope they hurry up and do, because there's too much medicine out here that could be used for people who really need it, man.
Right.
And these people need it, and it's better than the pills.
Yeah.
Less side effects. Everybody already knows about that, man. And yeah,
It's been stigmatized for too long. You know, it's now we know. Now we're having the science behind it too.
yeah,
We're able to do studies and put it to paper, and or no paper anymore, computers.
yeah, yeah.
But,
Into data,
yeah.
into data.
And I just can't wait till we really, really take it to that point where we have open border trade. And we're really, really have that market expand. And not keep us so confined and so heavily taxed.
Yeah. And with this confinement comes that tax, and they're able to tax like that. They're not going to be able to tax like that when everybody's able to grow, and all these companies are getting in, and there's more what's that called, competition. With more competition, they're just, I don't think they're going to be wanting to do what California did, because California is taxing the shit out of everybody, and now they're leaving to Oklahoma, Colorado, all your guys' places. And yeah, there's just, I think it's from experience, like you said, they're going to have to figure that out. And now that it moves on to the next thing, once we legalize a little bit better, or federally legalize, and the banks could get into it, you already know.
Right.
Once the banks get into it.
So they can open up the banking, because the banking now is ridiculous. It's like shark, stuff. So you might as well be, getting somewhere, the neighborhood lender to give you a loan. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ashley wanted to know where you were, and he is in Colorado, right?
I'm in Southern Colorado.
Southern Colorado, that's where he's at. So, and over there, how long they legalized recreationally around the time that we did in Washington, right?
Yeah.
Or you guys were first?
Yep. And then you guys followed.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
You were about 2 years, I think, after us, I think.
Yeah, I think it was about that. Yeah.
Yeah, same as California. Yeah.
It's California, nice.
Yeah.
All right, my next question: what lights are you using right now in your grow room?
Really? You love that, huh?
I
like
we
maybe thousands right now. That's what I'm
nice.
using since they came out on the market.
Good.
Like 700 when I bought them. They're like $399, $499 around there now. So they've come down in price. So I've been using them. I've had a little bit of issues with them because a couple burnt bulbs and things, but for very powerful light, you got to really know how to use them, because you got to turn them down and leave them down until you're really in that mid bloom, and then you can blast them. Because I'm seeing a lot of yellowing from the lights. I know you have too. A lot more lighter leaf. So they take a little bit more nitrogen under these lights, I found. You know what I mean? To bloom. So
I think it's because they're so powerful, right?
The spectrum, is really powerful. I remember when I first turned that thing on, all of us in the room went, "Whoa!" We're like, "Whoa, shit!" But I like them. Other than that, I usually use a double-ended, full spectrum lighting.
Oh, really? With the bulb, the HPSs?
Right. I do that during the winter time, because here we could get away with it in the cold. I could regulate heat and things like that, cut corners on cost. And those yields are always, bigger, donkey size.
Yeah.
But,
Shit, I was looking at your buds right now. You're in week 7 of flower. Was that? Oh, man, that was beautiful. Your nugs look gorgeous.
Right.
You guys, if you guys don't know about Earthwise Nugs, you need to go check out his latest post and check out this. What was it that you're growing?
Oh, God. Right now we got Axilla. We got a little blue headband. We got Burkle. Yeah, we got some sweet lemon Jesus. And it is exactly what it is. It'll take you to church for sure. And we got some, I popped some seed that I had crossed with some red Congolese that I got some seed from up in Humble, so a grower from up in there at one of the cups in Cali. And I crossed that with all my genetics before I came to Colorado,
Okay.
and I think it's called Critical Hog, and these buds are just a handful.
Ooh.
So, and I think I got a little. I did a mystery seed, but I think it ended up turning out being the Holy Grail that I used to have,
Okay.
crossed with Congo. And Congo is like a really land race, high THC sativa.
Okay.
So
So it goes tall.
without that anxiety.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Nice. Good job. So what we just talked about the genetics that you're running. I'm sorry. That was 4 different genetics or 5?
Right now, I think we got about 16 different genetics.
16. Woo.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Been working on for a few years, trying to get them stable. You know what I mean? Stressing them out, throwing them through everything, lights out for 4 days,
Yeah.
everything, leafing them like you had that problem. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And they come
Yeah.
back. I give them a little love. Let them, take your time with them. Turn the
Yeah. They'll
lights down
bounce
a little
back.
bit. Yep.
Yeah. They bounce back after a while. Yeah. I've been having weird troubles lately, but I switched to the Gaia Green Organics, and I'm building my soil and everything now. And yeah, them plants are bouncing back. They love it.
Right on. Yeah, you're going organic. I saw that.
Yeah, yeah. I really like it. It's easier. It's a lot easier. That's one thing for sure.
Little,
What mediums are you? I'm sorry?
little learning curve on it though, huh?
Yes, 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 there is. Just like everything. As soon as you switch it up and start using different nutrients or different mediums, anything like that, there's that learning curve that you got to get over,
Right.
But it's there. But I dig it though. I dig it. It's a lot easier than mixing up synthetic nutrients like I was doing. What kind of medium are you using right now?
Right now, I do a cocoa mix with a pro mix.
Oh man,
Uh,
okay.
like the top of the line pro mix, that the little 2 cubic bags is about $25, $24.
Okay.
And I cross it on accident because showed up at Walmart close to winter and they had a whole wall for, so I picked them all up for $2 a piece.
Nice.
So so I've had 2 years of messing with this, and I like it because I could go 2 days without having to water and it retains well, and the cocoa balances it. You know what I mean? So I
Okay.
do a 50 of it, and it's been working out really good. It doesn't hold a lot of nutrients where it's going to burn your roots and you're going to get a lot of tip burn. That's
Yeah.
one thing too. So it holds its pH pretty well. So
Okay.
all that working pretty good right now.
All right.
But I've grown into everything, straight cocoa. It depends on whatever grow I've been at. They all have their own little mixes and their own little things. So,
Yeah.
you pick up things here and there and use what works for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. I dig it, man. That sounds fun. I'm gonna have to try that one of these days. My next one. So, do you hand water or are you on auto water?
I always hand water.
Always hand
I like
water.
plant. I like picking that bucket up, knowing where it's at.
Good.
Watering, you take your little D-leaf, that's what I kind of do. That's my routine.
Good. Pitches 420 says you never trust a man that doesn't hand water his plants. And I thought always thought that was a very good quote right there. Dan Cows, what's up, pimpin'? Uh, so what nutrients are you running? You're running the Athena, right?
I'm running Athena. It's my second run with it. You saw my last run. It was really nice.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I crossed that run with Ice Princess, a male, which, you know what I mean? It was one of them where I threw it in there without thinking, a little late, thinking, okay, it's looking beautiful. And 3 days later, it's like, boom, it was weird.
Oh
So,
man.
yeah.
And then they just popped out 100 little
Oh
balls.
my God, but it was such a beautiful, strong genetic. I'm wait to pop these new genetics because everything I have in my room that's crossed with that, and I think it's just gonna be beautiful. If you saw the ice prince pictures that I put up, they were just like ice, just
Yeah.
crystal. Yeah, so really pink. You have that pink purplish tones to it too. So I
That
really
glistening.
and it tastes. My
Mm.
Lord. Yes. You flush it right, it's not a bad taste at all.
Good,
So
good. Let's see here. How many plants are you doing right now in your grow room?
right now I have two patients.
Okay.
They both have 48 plants.
Okay.
The indoor grow that I have, and that I've been doing. We've been up to about 300 plants at one point in time, but I just am. You can't find people to be, on point with everything like you need to be. So
Yeah.
it's a waste, and I don't like that. So now we've curved it down, and we're down to about 48 plants in bloom right now. It's about 30 right now that I chopped some because I was like, I just didn't like the little youngsters that I had through, and they didn't really take well. So chucked a couple of those.
Okay.
And now we have all eggs from Clone, Colorado that we're going to be running. And that's all the Dante Inferno, the Oreo that you're doing. It's probably not the same genetic from them, but Oreos, what is it? Oh man, I don't have them all, but I'll put a post up, and that's coming this next week. I'm going to start cloning off of all these mothers that I've been doing. So
Okay.
I'm going to all the new stuff that's coming out. And then after that, I'm going to be popping all those new beans that I just crossed. So I'm going to go ahead and put a whole, from seed to harvest on that too. So
Good.
look out for, yep.
Good. Good. Personally, I went and got some clones from Oregon, but now I need to be popping these seeds because everybody's been sending me seeds, and I got seeds for days. And it's about time to start popping the seeds and finding genetics and cloning and keeping the good ones and go through
Right.
all that I wouldn't want to say hassle, but it's work. There we go. The better word.
It's definitely detailed attention you're going to have, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like that, what I mean, it happens to all of us. I don't care how long you've been growing or how, mastery you are at something or whatever, but it's going to happen sooner or later, man. Because, you get involved with your plants and you start paying attention to that top and not that bottom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. I know that. Let's see. Do you always trellis, or is this just like I haven't seen you trellis that much, but I noticed that you were trellising right now, right?
yeah, I'm not, I am right now when they get floppy. I've been very sloppy in my last three grows, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Before I had them trellised and all tight. Just me and another person, right now, and we're trying to, you know, have different schedules. You do this, I'll do this, and sometimes they can't show up again. So,
Yeah.
things fall. And then you got life, you know what I mean? I'm just like everyone else, you know what I mean? Feeling all this negative energy and pain going on right now, family things, where no one's susceptible to any of that. So it happens. And I kind of, to be honest with you, I was losing my heart and my love for this, because it's just all these industry things happening. In my industry over here, they're putting a $25 tax on each plant for outside grow for the industry. You know what I mean? So a lot of people aren't growing this year. I mean, big one,
Really?
like, yes, the Green Solution, Tweed Leaf was big out here, big grows that are affecting the market now. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Which is good. The supply, let it go down a little bit. You know what? Let that demand go up. So
Yeah.
that's what I see. So
Okay. Yeah. That's crazy. They're charging like that, and that's like leaving room for just the big players to get in to stay in, you know.
that's not
But
the only tax. So you know what I mean? They got other taxes too, but that's the new one they put on top of everything.
and it's so
So
stupid
that's
because they don't tax alcohol and they don't tax cigarettes like that shit. They don't tax anything that they could see the money sign. They see the money sign, they're like, hey, yo, I want the cut. They want that money, and that's all it is about. I watched this documentary where this guy was talking about he was an investor about to get into the cannabis industry, and he went to another investor and was talking, and the other investor was like, look, dude, I don't care. I just want money. That's all I care about. And I'm like, ugh, those are the people that we don't want in this industry.
right.
Those are the people who just care about the money, not the medicine. And that is a drug dealer mentality. That's what that is.
Yep.
Straight up.
Exactly.
And I'm
Gang.
not about that shit. Cannabis isn't about that. Cannabis is about the people. It's supposed to be about the people, at least. But capitalism doesn't leave much room for people, as we all know, right?
Right. I mean, it's a balance of all the dreams they put in our heads. You know what I mean? You want your freedoms. You want this. You want that. You know, some things we can't compromise, though, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They got to get paid. So, have you ever heard of the umbrella trellis?
Umbrella trellis.
Yes.
No.
Never heard of it, huh? Nice. I guess there was this guy that I was following on Instagram, and he invented it.
Okay.
And I think it's under an umbrella trellis. He should have a page and everything on it, but it's an umbrella that has a trellis, and it like holds the plant up. It's so cool. You got to go check it out. It's super cool. I'm sorry?
Individual plants, trellis.
Yes. Yes.
I've seen something like that, but I didn't know the name of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So you should check those out. I think you'd like it.
instead of doing a full canopy.
Yeah. Instead of doing the full canopy, you just do one at a time. The individual plant gets its own trellis, and that way you could get the plant and you could take it out and you could move it around, and you have room for you to get in there and stuff like that. Because that's the biggest problem that I have with trellises is not being able for me to get in. You know.
Right. How's the cost on those?
I don't know. I at first I think he's making them all himself, so I think the cost is pretty low.
Okay.
But you'd have to get a hold of him for that one. I don't know about the price.
I'll have to look him up right on for sure.
Yeah,
It's
there you
gotta be
go.
good. Yeah, like mine.
Yeah, Dank House right here. Dank House Houston. He knows the umbrella trellis guy. Maybe Dank House. Maybe you could shoot Earthwise a message and send him the link. Huh?
Right on.
So when harvesting, do you hang the whole plant?
I have, and
Okay.
had really great results that way. And I found that even leaving the leaf on, a little leaf. I usually go about 15 days when I do that. 15 to 7. You know
All
what I mean? I found that raising the humidity, a lot quicker. I have some that I pulled out from like a year ago that when I hung, and we opened that up out of the freezer, and it is just still fresh, pungent. It cured right. It held its moisture. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's just, you would think that it was just fresh off the vine.
Really?
So I like that technique, but I do like my towers. As long as you have a controlled atmosphere and you can control your temperature and your humidity, you could really get a good cure, for your 5 to 7 days there before you're throwing them in your cure vessel, either jar. I do jar.
Okay. Yeah, that was one of my questions.
I'm sorry. Go for it.
So, yeah, one of my questions was that's actually down the line. My next one was, what are the temps and how long do you drive for? You just said that you drive for, did you say 15 days?
Usually when I'm hanging full plant, because the humidity levels are staying in there. But when you're putting them on towers, I find that you're going to have to put some humidity into the room.
Okay.
To keep because the temperature I start at is 60 degrees, and the humidity I start out is 60.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
60 degrees.
Like after my first 4 days, I'll start raising that humidity by 2 degrees. Okay. So I get around 67-ish, and I'll just hold off there and let that finish off. One time I did it at 70, and I didn't really like. It was a little bit too. Didn't set well with me. The taste wasn't the same, so it kind of rushed it.
Okay.
But just taking it steps like that, as long as you keep your temperature, keep it cold, that's going to keep your tight nugs, and you're not going to get that fluff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that overdrive, right?
Exactly.
Okay, and you have a lot to harvest. Do you use the trim bowls or auto trimmers?
I use a trim bowl.
Nice.
Yeah, same bowl that you have.
All right.
For 2 years, And I've seen how gracious you are when you first used yours, and that was the same emotion I was going through. I was like, oh man, my pride was going, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But after a couple trims and how quick it goes, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I
Yeah,
put
that
fuel.
was like, you're like, I'm doing this from now on, right?
Yeah. I like the T2 trimmers, the commercial ones. Those are the best ones I've run across. So, and you know, I have connections with those. So if it gets too much, then we just do that. But you know, for what I'm doing right now at this scale, I could knock that out in a day or two with the bowl. Pretty, yeah,
And you got the 19-inch?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I grabbed that 19-inch too because I was like, man, God, forever I was against, bowl trimming, and I thought hand trimming was the way to go. Blah blah blah. And man, it's just got too much, man. It gets too much once you up the plants. If you're doing maybe 4 plants at a time, sure, you could do that. But even then, it's taking a couple hours. 5, maybe the tops 3 hours, right? You got to
right.
get somebody like me. I have a person that helps me trim. And so you got to get gloves, you got to get oil, you got to get alcohol, you got to get scissors, you got to get the trays, you got to get this,
Oh yeah.
It's a whole thing instead of just putting it all in the bowl and just boom, boom, done.
It's painful in the beginning when you're seeing how much is being touched, but
Yeah.
if you really look at it at the end, how if you were to do it any other way, you're still going to be losing trichos. I mean, I
Yes,
get over that.
exactly. Because you got the scissor hash, you got the hand hash that comes off of your fingers from your gloves. Like you're losing a lot there too. So like in comparison, I think the speed, the I mean they look beautiful.
Efficient,
They look fucking
yeah,
nice.
yeah. It's just for the bang for the buck, you know, for the squeeze, for the juice. It's worth it
Yeah.
for sure.
For
I
anybody
would
who's
recommend
out there, I'm sorry.
trimming by hand. Dude, invest, save your nickels, and buy one of those things and make your life easier.
Yes, if you guys don't know, I switched over to a Trimble and it has changed my life. I know Earthwise here he can back me up on this one that if you guys are doing more than just 3 plants or something like that, get yourself one of these bowls, all right? Preferably an AC Infinity because they have, their top quality. But these bowls are killing it, man. They're gonna make your life so much easier and you will thank me. You will thank both of us. You'll thank us both.
And don't go cheap, because if you go cheap on them, there is some rubber product out there that after a while you're gonna taste that in your product later, because it does kind of rub off on it. Make sure that rubber is, you know, food grade. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of cheap products out there right now, a lot of imitations. So
Yeah, so
right
don't
on.
cheap out on don't no shade on people's son or anything like that. Just they're top of the line. There's lines and then there's AC Infinities up here because their stuff is very good quality. They've been doing this. They know that the quality is something that people are paying for in their products, so they stand by it. And they're pretty good piece, man. I like that company.
Right.
Um, and how long do you cure for?
I cure, seriously. I
Yeah,
I do about a month cure, 2 to 3 month
a
cure,
month, 3 months,
2 to 3 months cure. Yeah.
2 to 3 month cure.
What I do is I when they're ready and they're at a good percentage of moisture to where there's not going to be any possible mold or anything, I throw them into the turp lock bags.
Okay.
In those turp lock bags, I put them through the test last year. I'll tell you, they last a while. And I even reused mine with the same strain in it so that I didn't cross, you know, smells or anything or terps. But I really like them, you know, and I didn't even seal them like you're supposed to, and they still held the freshness and terp and everything. I mean, it just humidity. And what I do is I'll throw them in the freezer immediately and keep them
Okay.
in the freezer. So I have a dedicated freezer, and I do that. And you pull it out. Like I said, I got stuff from 2 years ago that I could pull out, and you wouldn't even. For one, it's a lot more potent. You know, it has gone to the more indica couch lock side, but it's
Okay.
definitely, you know, more potent. And, you know, longer I cure it, you know, it's a more connoisseur smoke for me. I'm older, as you could hear. You know what I mean?
Nah, you're real young, man. You're still a youngster.
You know, but for me, I prefer, you know, I just prefer the best. If you're going to do it, why not have the best, right?
Yeah.
Why not? You're doing it. You're there. You might as well be doing your best. So that's
So
what I
these
say.
bags, they're reusable, right? How many times can you reuse them?
I've had mine for, I hate to say this for them because I know they want you to buy new ones every year, but as long as I use the same strain, I've had mine for about a little over a year now.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? The, you know, big pound, 2 pound bags. They have all sizes.
Okay.
But I'm finding that, you know, they live up to their name. You know, those moist packs, what are they called?
Babita?
Yeah. I don't use any of that anymore.
Okay.
I don't introduce anything foreign to my bud. You know, once it's cut, you know, I don't do anything. I don't clean it, don't do anything, you know, just put it through its cure
Okay.
and then, you know, preserve it. So
So the
that's my,
recommended, so they recommend that you buy a new bag every year?
yeah, well, I mean, you know, they get beat up, you know,
Okay.
stems, you know, things like that. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I don't know what their recommendation is on it because what they are is that you're supposed to heat seal the tops. And I didn't
Oh,
heat, you know what I mean? You know, trying to stretch that and see, put them through a test if they really need to, or, you know, I did seal a couple of them, like the ounce ones and things like that, and they still did great.
okay.
You open them up, my blueberry scoop and my blueberry headband, boom, right in your face, you know?
Okay.
So
Okay. So
definitely,
that could just be that your bud is fucking fire too, though, right?
well, I don't want to toot my own horn, but, you know, I try my best, you know,
But two.
I try to do best, you know, because I rather know that anybody that's going to smoke my cannabis, they're going to know that it's not non-compromised in any way, no bugs, mold, nothing. And when I'm giving that to a compromised person, I know that I'm confident that they're going to have a good experience. You know what
Good,
I mean?
good. Stand by your product,
Oh
right?
yeah. If I ain't toking, you know, you ain't gonna toke it. So
Yep.
that's
Facts.
it. Just
That's
like you
100.
threw away your shit too. You were like, can't do this. It's no good. It's got
Yep.
to
If
go.
it's no good, I one time I had to throw away 6 ounces of fucking flour, man, and it was
I'm
just
going
because if there's 1 ounce of mold on there, out,
right.
gone. I will not be responsible for making anybody sick, and
Hey,
you know
right on. That's
that's what
how
I had
serious.
to do. That was a hard one. I had to have my son do that one. I couldn't do it.
I, I,
He was
I come. Go ahead.
Well, he's like, you just want me to throw it away? I'm like, yes, just do it before I say no. And he just went out there, did it real quick, and then he comes back in. And he was like, what are you tripping on? I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's bro. I take it outside since I'm in the mountains, bro. When we have a fire, and I throw it up there, and I let it go Bahala. You know,
Yeah, that shit,
having
man, that'd be better.
my neighbors appreciate the smell. You know.
Yeah, yeah. My neighbor actually just came up to me and was like, are you growing cannabis or marijuana? I was like, yes, I'm growing cannabis. She's like, okay, I just wanted to make sure because we thought it was our septic tank. And I was like, septic
Ooh,
tank? I'm like, my
ooh,
weed does not
ooh.
smell like shit. She's like, no, not like that. I'm like, well, yeah, you better check yourself. I was like, you mean fruity and dank, right? And she's like,
Right.
yeah, that's what I meant. I was like, good.
Yeah, right.
That's funny.
She'll be buying a bag from you the next week. Watch.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, yeah. She came by and she was asking me to make her something for her mom because her mom has just got diagnosed with cancer, and so I was like, I will be more than happy to give you something for free because I'm just like, well, I always give medicine out for free anyways. But
Yep,
she was very
definitely.
she was very happy about that, and so I went and made her some blueberry muffins and passed them over there to her, and hopefully her mom is feeling better. Hopefully she's not dealing
Cool.
with as much pain as before because she had her back surgery too on top of uh, uh OCPD or what's that called?
The
I can't
back.
remember the OCPD or OPCD. What is that? Where you can't breathe.
Yeah, yeah, the bronchial
Yeah, yeah,
disease. Right, right.
yeah. She got that too on top of uh some pain surgery. I'm just like, oh my god, you need cannabis. So I hooked her up and took care of her.
Right.
And let's see. So you for the big storage for storing that much, do you use any buckets or do you just strictly keep them in the bags?
I strictly keep them in the bags.
Okay. Have you ever used buckets?
No, because I found that you first got to have glass because glass actually cures. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Plastic doesn't cure like glass. I don't care what anybody says. You know what I mean? You do, it will, but I don't know. For me, taste, profile, terps, keeping all that is genuine as you can. That's what I prefer. And I know
Yeah,
there's
I
a lot of
think
technology now out there that allow these dryers and things like that. But I mean, if you go to the dispensaries, commercial bud's commercial bud, man. It is.
yeah, yeah,
Very few growers out there that are really have their give a, what, still, because we've lost
yeah,
that. A lot of people have lost that. So,
yeah, yeah. It's just about companies. Companies they don't have heart. Companies don't have heart, and it's just the way it is. I mean,
no,
you can say that your company has heart, but once you like in the big deal, like I said before, the capitalism doesn't have any room for heart in there, man. I mean, it's nice. You wish that. I mean, like because even me, if I started a company, I would want to start it with heart, right? About the people and all this. But it is a company. And to grow, you do want to get to that corporation status to where you can start giving your employees benefits. You can start to give them this, with being able to take care of your employees means going corporate. And you have to start well, I don't know if it's means you have to, but like your end goal is to get to one of those big ass companies. That's what if you were into that. And when you're doing that, there's no room for for art. It's fucked up, but it's the way it is, man. Um,
true, true.
do let's talk about tinctures. Do you make any tinctures? So what kind of tinctures do you make? Do you make any hash? I know hash and tinctures aren't in the same thing, but do you make any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I do. I make the Mullen tinctures for sure.
The
We
what?
do Mullen. It's a
Mullen.
flower. Yep.
Okay.
And if you see in my posts, I've done a couple posts on it. And it's that real soft leaf flower that grows out there too, with that long stalk with the yellow flower that comes out in a bunch of little places. It's like
I'm kind of blanking on it right now.
you're in Washington. Just pay attention to it. Usually grows on the side of the road, right on the side of
Okay. They look like sunflowers almost.
kind of. But
Okay.
if you touch it, it's very, very, very soft and furry, like almost like very furry. So you
Okay.
can't miss it. But the flower you could eat, you could put in your, salads, things like that, or eat it right out, or put it in a tincture for 30 days. And that's what I do. And since I've been using that Mullen, I haven't been sick since, I got sick during COVID, everything. My wife's been sick. She doesn't take it. But for me, for about a year and a half almost, I have not been sick once. And if
Really?
I take it every day, twice a day, I don't have allergies. And I quit
Really?
about 2 months ago, I quit and they all came back. So now I'm trying to get my tolerance back up with this. And
Okay.
it works. It really works. So I think this year right now is like harvest for it. So I'm going to harvest a lot of it this year and process it and keep it for winter. And anybody that needs that or knows about it and wants that, hit me up.
All
We
right.
like that medicine out. So, and we do specialize in RSO oil.
Okay.
We do a lot of that CBD and THC. And I also make an alcohol rub.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
for elderly people, they really like the alcohol rub. So been doing those things, been doing a little bit of that. I made a couple batches of that, and people have liked it, but it's, it lasts a while for them. So we're not trying to, right now I'm not trying to be corporate. I'm not trying to be rich off of this. I'm just trying to get good medicine out to people right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
with that, all good things come from never the place you want it to, right? But it always,
Thanks.
somewhere they take care of you. This universe finds a way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. If you keep doing good, right, it'll come back to you, man.
stay positive, man.
Stay positive, baby. I was gonna ask you on your next post, next time that you're talking about the Mullen, or could you take a sample and show everybody, because I am blanking on this flower, but now I'm very interested. I'm very intrigued, and I want to check it out. If we have some here, I want to take some and check it out. Everybody keep following. I'm gonna make a tincture out of there. Earthwise is gonna show me, and I'm gonna start this. Also, I had a question. I had a weird question. Have you ever heard of water curing?
Water curing. Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I'm just,
Weird.
I'm skeptical. I don't even want to go there. I don't want anything touched. But you know what I mean?
Yes, it just blows my mind. I'm just like, what? Like, weird. But I mean, I kind of see maybe it would work. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this?
it hasn't caught my attention enough, to be honest with you. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
Okay.
I'm old enough now to know. Just like I always say, kiss, keep it simple, stupid.
Fucking
You
A.
know?
Hey,
If
kiss, man.
block and repeat, why are you
Yeah.
going to start experimenting on something that's good?
Yeah.
And I know it's an experiment, but if your common goal is reached, then, stay there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. You're right.
I'll
I was supposed to do
watch
something.
everybody else, I watched you, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
all good.
I was gonna, I was gonna try it, but I didn't fucking do it.
I know, man. I remember when you dipped your buds that in that baking soda,
Yeah.
and
But
then you got that
yeah.
mold, and I was just like, man, I felt for you because I wanted to reach out. Sometimes you want to reach out, but then you don't want to be the know-it-all
Yeah.
either. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
all have egos, we all have pride, and that button is really easily pushed.
Yeah.
With some. So
It was
I,
only because that fan didn't turn on that one time. If I would have had, because I've done it before, and if the fans stay on, then it works. But that one time, man, if you don't have that fan on, then everything will turn into mold, man. The way it
right,
is.
quick,
Yeah,
dark, and right conditions, it will be there.
yeah, it will happen, and that's when that situation comes, and you have to throw away 6 fucking ounces of fucking cannabis, man.
Yeah, I've burned 200 plants before on inexperience because I've done that. So
Ow.
you only do that once. So
Yeah, yeah, that's a one time right there, right? You'll never do that one again.
oh yeah, I'll go.
Okay,
Right
so
on.
we're at the 48 minute mark. We only got about an hour on this episode, so I wanted to get these last few questions out, huh?
Cool, cool.
What advice do you have for new growers?
New growers, take your time, slow down, let the plant do what it's gonna do. At least let it get 12 inches. I mean, you could start femming and doing all that stuff early, but let it get its base first. A lot of people are rushing and not getting that root zone. And when they don't have that, it's just going to be struggle and problems. Because if you got a weak plant will attract bugs,
Oh
period.
yeah,
If you
yeah,
got a strong genetic and you haven't stressed it really bad and you haven't taken it to its point there, it'll fight off any bug. You won't be able to penetrate. You won't be able to eat it, because it's strong. And
yeah,
that's what that plant is made to do. That's why we have the trichomes. That's why we have the oils coming up, because all that is protection, natural protection that the plant produces.
yeah.
The smells to keep
Against
it
bugs,
away.
right?
Right,
Yeah,
against predators. So, but when you got a weak plant, and you're stressing it, and I know you guys want to touch it and be with it and do it, but I found that if you give it its love when you're there and walk away and let it do its thing, and you're not peeking in and you're not interrupting it, you're going to see a better growth pattern, and you're going to get a better, stronger plant that way.
yeah.
So slow down, take your time, you know. That's what I mainly see. So
Nice. My advice would be patience, which is the slowdown. Patience, and you gotta have that passion. You want that passion, man, to where you're gonna and with that passion comes wanting to check in on the plant every 20 minutes and do this because you care about it so much.
right.
And I totally understand. But like Earthwise said, you sometimes just letting the plant do its thing and then coming in and checking. Ooh, and then checking up on it every once in a while. Like the next day, you'll start to see the growth happen the more that you're not in there as much. You'll be able to notice the difference. Now, Don't Get Sick said, I'm an outdoor grower. Do you have any, what do you think about outdoor? Now, with the outdoor, I think outdoor is easier, but here comes bugs. Bugs and animals, they love cannabis. Oh my God, they love cannabis. So for an outdoor grow, I wash my buds. Now, I don't know, there's a bunch of different ways. You don't have to wash your buds. You could just dry it, cure it, get it in there right there. But there's going to be a lot of stuff on there. My first outdoor grow that I did, there was caterpillars, there was spiders, there was how do you get rid of thirps? Oh, fuck that one. Earthwise, you got any advice for them?
You know what? I've never had any problems ever with that bug. You know what I mean? So I, you know, I don't want to, like, again, toot my own horn,
Yeah,
but
knock on wood.
I've learned early that if you start clean, you end clean, you don't have any bugs, good in, good out. So that's how you stop all bugs. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
there
And
is.
don't kill your roots. Don't dry them out. Don't wilt them. Let them get strong first before you start stressing like that. So that's what I say. So
As for thirps, I've never had thirps either, so I can't help with that situation. I'm so sorry. I don't have any information on that. But I do know there's a satchel guy that I think I'm following him. If you go into my followers, you could find him. He's ZE Zatchel Z with a Z. He is a specialist in bugs. Okay, he has a whole bunch of posts on fruit flies, thirps. He will teach you the way that they are growing. If what you need to learn how the bug works to learn how to fight the bug. Okay, so go
right.
on there, shoot him a message. He will be more than happy to send you a little bit of information on there, and you can learn how to fight those thirps. Okay, I haven't had them personally. I can't even think of what they look like right now. I know they're not spider mites, right? They're not mites.
No, they're bigger.
Okay. Okay.
They're a different bug, but IPM from Athena, works really well, especially outdoors. The only thing, the beetles don't really react to it too much. There's a beetle that we have out here that just eats the leaf, not the bud. But that's organic stuff. You know what I mean? That's classified organic.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Right.
So I can't complain because back in my day, it was compressed and had plastic in it, and a bunch of seeds. So having the bud that we have now, we're blessed.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
that
They're like
Mexican
leaf
bread.
miners. Oh, they're leaf miners. Okay. I know
Okay.
there is there's an all natural IPM spray that you could use. I think it's called Green
Inside
Thumb.
the
Dang, I can't remember. It's been so long. I haven't had no problems with anything. Which I better calm down because
yeah,
as soon as I
that's the
start to
case
brag,
right now. Yep.
yeah. Yeah. Okay, so last question for the night. And then we'll be having Earthwise on another time down the road, so you guys can come check out everybody or check out Earthwise once again. And so hopefully he's doing very well by then too. This last question: what do you think is the future of the cannabis industry? I know it's a broad question. I know
The hopes.
the
I think it's
hopes. Yeah.
the corporate movement right now, and let's keep it more boutique. And like I said, the feds unscheduled, get that descheduled, get it. It's ridiculous. This way, we're not, having this feeling like we're still going to be able to do this and then get busted still, because it's just a trap. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it's a setup.
But the future, I think still, yeah, corporates, you got your big corporate companies that are going to dominate this industry no matter what. But
Yeah,
I always say right here, see that? Support.
your local growers, your local bud tenders. Is that what that says?
Support your local bud tender. And that's not at your dispensary,
Oh, that's a homegrown bud tender, right?
right? Your
Yeah,
local bud tender. All right? That's how it's going to work. Because if we keep supporting and paying the taxes like we're doing, you know, they're going to squash us as boutique and good specialty growers.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So,
I
right
feel
on.
like I hope it goes down the road of the alcohol to where we'll be able to buy it in the stores. Like I'm saying, in the store, like you know how they have aisles of alcohol. I want aisles of cannabis
Right.
products.
But
Something like that. And like with that comes the same thing as I would say with alcohol with beer, is you got your home brewers and your IPAs, stuff like that. And then you got your Budweisers, right? You got your Budweisers, your Bud Lights and shit. But then you got your home beers that are actually better tasting, better, alcohol, higher alcohol. They're just better. And
right.
there are people out there that just know better stuff, right? And that they will stick with the better growers because your product will speak for you.
Exactly.
Your product will be like, oh, boom, hey, everybody's gonna want that because this guy grows the best bud. And
Right.
that's where I hope it goes down that road to where everybody in their town has their local grower that they could just go to and pick up a dub sack or something like that. And they won't get a whole bunch of bullshit behind it.
Right.
And you're not going to
Right.
get in trouble and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. 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 Definitely. And we just need a lot more regulation on these grows that are doing it. Make sure that they're held to standards and not just because they're paying the license fees. Because out here, I mean, I've worked for terrible growers, so it's just, I got posts that are coming to, I'm going to do this one of, all the grows I kind of been growing at, which ones are the best. So,
Yeah.
yeah, real quick, I just want to, just say, Sweetwater Canaco on here, look for them, Sweetwater Cannabis out in Southern Colorado, Walsenburg, small
Okay.
grow, they're coming up and they're doing things right. And I'm really proud to be a part of that grow right now.
Good.
I'll be having posts with the harvest and showing you guys everything and how they're doing it. So look out for that. Athena, definitely Turplock. Sly Loco here. Keep on watching him because he's burning it up. And everybody else, Cinderbox,
High
all the
photon
people
plug.
following. Yeah, Yannick, Ethos World 2021. You guys got to check out that grower. He's in Canada. Young buck, but he's killing it.
Good.
So those are a couple of people I just wanted to say hello to. And thank you for having me, bro. I really appreciate it. I've been following you and I've been enjoying what you're doing. Keep it up.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for supporting, man. You've been one of the supporters from the beginning, and you've watched me since I started. Like I just started doing this because I felt that this knowledge needs to be out there to people. And I really like to talk to people about cannabis. Shit, man, it's
So
pretty fun.
right on, right on. Well, if you're ever out here, bro, look us up.
You already know.
Place to
I
stay.
will. If I go to Colorado, I'm hitting you up for sure.
Might go home a little cross-eyed, but
Hey,
that's
hey,
too.
that's the goal, baby. Little faded, little bobbing and weaving.
Right.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. This is the latest episode of CannaConvos. Make sure to come in next week. Tap in. We're gonna have I think Millhouse or Defiant Seed. One of them is coming on. I'm gonna have Defiant Seed one of this week, so I have him booked.
Cool.
And yeah, it's been pretty good. Thank you so much, Earthwise Solutions, for coming in and talking cannabis with us today.
Thank you. Call him up. Right on. Thank you. Have a good
Yeah,
night. Peace.
everybody.
Enjoy your guys. Be safe.
All right, everybody, stay safe. We'll see you next week. Have a good day. Later. Bye. Yo, what up, everybody? How you doing? You already know, Sly K Loco here with another episode of CannaConvos. Now, today on CannaConvos, we're going to be having our guest, Earthwise Solutions. What up, June Child? How's it going, man? How you doing? Hey, we're gonna get Earthwise Solutions in here, and we're gonna start this one off. Earthwise Solutions.